interested in.
Yeah, of course. Because I grew up watching Harry Potter. I'm a big Harry Potter fan.
I was too, actually.
Yeah. Why did you say was?
Was because I don't know. I guess I haven't seen a movie. I haven't rewatched any of the movies in maybe 10 years.
Right.
Oh wow, really?
So maybe I don't qualify as a fan anymore.
Yeah.
But I did read the only series of books that I've actually read is Harry Potter.
Oh, you read all the books as well.
That's good. That's a
You read all
fan.
the books.
All of it.
That's
yeah.
impressive.
You
yeah.
did you?
No, I read up to like.
Oh, you guys didn't.
No, I just watched the movie.
I read up to the third one, and then I saw the fourth one, and it was like 700 pages. I was like, yeah, no way.
Oh, dude, so you're
No,
not exactly.
I'm not a reader.
You can call yourself a fan, though.
Okay.
You can.
I watched the movie.
Yeah.
So.
I'm sure you've heard this many times, right? Where people tell you that the book is really, really different.
Oh, they're so.
Oh yeah. They said
gatekeep,
some of
don't
the
they?
things they kept it up.
because Harry Potter in the Chamber of Secrets does not come through that door. He comes through this door, and you'll find Hermione's hair is not the correct color according to the book. Shut up. You can still enjoy the movie without watching the book, right?
Who were you trying to impersonate?
Like the people who
The extremists.
like you said, to be an actual fan, you have to read the books. They gatekeep the whole thing. It's like, come on, relax, bro.
It's a lot of shit, lah, bro. I guess more in detail also about the love stories and all.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, something like that. Of course, lah, dude. It's more detailed.
Yeah,
shit.
but who cares, man?
Yeah,
I
who
mean,
cares? Yeah.
The movie's still great, right?
Exactly.
No, but it is great. Yeah, it is awesome.
Have you been to the one in Watford?
In the
Sorry?
UK, no, the Harry Potter studio.
Harry Potter studio.
I went to the one in
Yeah,
Japan, which was really good until they started talking on the overhead thing. Because I don't know any Japanese, right?
Oh, it's all
So-
in Japanese. Yeah.
So you have like an intro of like 20 minutes, and they just talk in Japanese.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, Harry Potter gozaimasu, and it's like
Expelliarmus. Avada Kedavra.
imagine. I wonder what there's that famous scene in Harry Potter where Voldemort goes like, "Harry Potter is dead." I wonder if it goes, "Harry Potter is dead." I don't know.
No way.
Dude, Voldemort talks like a deaf person, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He kind of does.
Yeah, he doesn't have a nose, so.
Imagine if like Harry Potter was Malaysian Chinese though. Harry Potter died already, Nyama. And then Harry Potter escaped. Harry Potter escaped. I want you.
Oh my god.
That'd be funny though.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
You're from the UK, right?
Yeah.
It was probably really, really big back then.
What, Harry Potter?
Harry Potter? Is
Was
she?
it though?
Yeah, it was huge.
Oh, yeah.
It was
It's
huge.
huge, bro.
Yeah, when we were growing up. Especially like because around the time Harry Potter came out, I was exactly the same age as him in
Okay.
the movies.
Oh.
So it felt very much like you were kind of growing up with it because they came out every year,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Movies
Okay,
back
so
then.
I'm 1994. You?
92.
95.
95. Okay, around. Okay.
Yeah.
Harry Potter's 2 years older than me.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. See, so 1992.
Okay,
yeah.
but I
Yeah.
think J.K. Rowling's probably the wealthiest author in history, right?
Must
Of
be,
course,
right? I
it
can't
must
even
be.
think of another.
Just a lot of
author.
stuff, man.
But she started going a bit of a weird direction, right? You know
Yeah.
how like Harry Potter, they'd already finished, all the books done.
Yeah.
And then suddenly
You're done.
the
10 years later,
cursed
she was
child.
like, "Oh, by the way, Dumbledore was gay
Yeah.
in the movies."
No,
and
no,
everyone was
oh,
like, "Okay, doesn't affect the plot at all, but okay."
Wait, what happened? I know she got into some heat. Was that because of that?
I think, yeah, she had some kind of issue where she said something about
Something not woke, lah, basically.
yeah, something not
Yeah,
woke, like something
yeah.
about gay people. I can't remember what it was. And then she came out like a year later saying Dumbledore was gay, so you can't say I'm a hypocrite. And it's like, but that was never referenced in the movies.
Yeah, but she is the author, so
And nobody cares.
yeah, nobody cares.
Nobody, you didn't watch the whole movies and you were like, that was great, but it would have been better if Dumbledore was gay. Like, no, nobody thought that
Yeah.
for a second. So I
But I
don't know
bet
why
she's
she
like
put it up.
loaded though, because I remember everything in the the Warner Brothers studios, everything that has Harry Potter, like anything that's related to it, it has like by J.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
Okay, the trademark is strong
Yeah.
everywhere.
She really claims that.
Yeah.
As she should, right?
Yeah,
As
yeah,
she
she
should.
should.
Yeah,
that is
out
it.
of thin air. She created Harry Potter out of thin air. So by right, she should get everything.
Man.
Yeah.
Do you ever sometimes think that, like, if someone came to you with an idea now compared to back then, it would not take off? I think if someone came to you and like, oh my god, I've got this great idea. This kid, he's a wizard, right? He goes to school. He's got a fucking little owl, and he goes in a flying car, and they all have a little school, and they teach magic. People would be like,
They play Quidditch on a broom.
yeah,
Like,
right. People
Yeah.
would be like, that sounds like a terrible idea. I'm not interested in that.
I bet she faced that.
Must
And then
have,
she just
right?
did it,
Must
yeah.
have. Yeah.
I would assume it's a lot of luck as well. Right?
It is. Yeah.
There has to be a lot of luck in that as well. I don't know, who knows how many people she proposed that idea to or whatever, or she probably wrote the whole Harry Potter thing 10 years, 20 years before it got popular, something like that.
Probably,
It took a long time, man.
But it's good because I remember watching a documentary. She showed like the shop that she used to go to write all these the scripts, the book, and then like her old house that she used to live in to write on like a very old ass computer.
She's a British. Is she a
Yeah.
British?
Yeah,
She
he's British.
is, right? Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was quite interesting. So yeah, shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out.
You've not been, right? You've been
The
to
studio?
Yeah.
Nah, I've never been.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's really good, man. They have like a lot of like the props and things
Yeah.
from the movies.
So you went to the one in Japan, you went to the one in Watford.
Yeah, London. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so what? They're both the same thing, basically.
I would say the London was the first one, right?
Yeah.
The one in Japan they
Of
just
course.
opened.
Yeah,
they just
but
opened.
they
the
are
one in
very
Japan.
simple. They have almost exactly the same amount
Yeah.
of stuff. Like,
And to my knowledge, like every month they have like different extra exhibitions. Like when I went, it was like there's an exhibition for the dark arts class.
Yes.
So there were like Snape figurines,
Yeah,
and, like life size puppet and stuff like that. It was quite interesting.
Okay, cool. You guys are both very, very popular,
I don't see that.
successful content creators, lah. Okay. Yeah. Here's a question for you. Just now, Ryan was talking about how you guys went from aerospace engineering and then now you're doing content creation, which is an art form where you can express as well like that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's how important is it? Do you think that people have an avenue for you to express an art form that you are passionate about?
That's a deep question right there.
yeah.
It's not that deep. I mean, regardless whether or not you express it in your job or not.
I don't think I do.
You don't think you
Express
do?
what?
Yeah.
In your content?
No. I would say, the sole purpose of my content is just to entertain people, and his as well, I would say. I don't think I show any part of myself in my content. I don't know about you. Maybe you do because you talk in the screen a lot,
Yeah.
right?
Okay,
But
that's interesting.
I would like to more, to be honest.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'd like to more. Like, but you find that once you, because like him, started with like entertaining content, but because you don't show much of yourself, you end up feeling it's just like a bit of like you're acting the whole time.
Yeah,
right?
true.
Not that
true.
you're not being
You're not genuine.
You're
You're
not.
not genuine.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like not being genuine, but you would like to show yourself a bit more as well. Because I have people tell me like, "Oh, Ryan, you should do more stuff about like what you're into, like more like you, and show people."
What are you more into?
Like just normal things like gaming, or I'm super into cars, or I like cats, or I like playing football or paddle, this kind of stuff, right? But it's not so simple. It's just you can't just make content like that and expect
Because people
it.
know you because of
If you
the
start
type of
making content that's about funny stuff or accents in his case, you can't just suddenly switch it up and change. People
Because
people think you should do it because they'll be like, "Oh, your followers will love it." But they don't. They don't actually care.
Because they go to your profile because they want to be
They want to
entertained.
laugh. Yeah, they want to laugh. They don't want to watch you play paddle or talk about cat. They don't actually care. Most people.
It's like you have a food review page,
Ah.
and then suddenly you're having a podcast talking about relationships.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
yeah.
exactly.
people
That
are,
makes sense.
you're gonna get maybe 10-15% of your followers'
Yes,
interest,
exactly.
and that's just I guess that's just being generous as well.
Because it's just not your niche. So
Yeah, you can change though, but it takes time.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have to just keep making that other content, and eventually it comes through. Look at Mark, right? When Mark was football stuff, right? Where he started making football content, and it was like
And he
pretty
went to
normal,
comedy,
and it
yeah.
slowly went up and up and up and up, and now he does a lot more
The good-
football type
The good
things.
thing about him choosing football is the biggest sport in Malaysia.
Yeah.
True.
Maybe behind. Is there a bigger sport?
Badminton,
It is. Badminton, I think, is even second.
really, yeah.
I think football is number one. Yeah,
True.
yeah.
But
In Malaysia.
but football in terms of a topic that everyone talks about, I think football is the
Yeah,
most
yeah,
common.
true.
Yeah,
Achievements, obviously, we're not
Yeah.
footballer.
Yeah. So I found out the other day why, how in Malaysia almost everybody is a Man U or a Liverpool fan, right? Got other fans, but mostly these. And I found out it's because when the Premier League was first aired in Malaysia on RTM back in like the 70s, the only two teams they would ever show was Liverpool or Man U.
Hey man, the Premier
They
League.
Oh.
They didn't bother showing any other teams. So you'd see like who Man U or Liverpool were playing, but that was it. So people started supporting them. But then in the 90s, when Astro came along, they started airing all the games. But by that point, you had a generation of Man U and Liverpool fans,
right.
which just came down to the
Oh, no
lower,
wonder,
like
huh?
the kids and stuff like that.
But bro, the Premier League didn't exist till the 90s.
Or whatever it's called before then.
Okay, like the English
UK
Liga,
league,
basically.
Wherever Man U and Liverpool were in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You follow?
No. Remember in Fly when we talk about football? I just
Oh
say, like,
yeah.
yeah.
We used, to, we used to do these football updates, and bro would drop like two words.
on the radio.
Yeah. Because before this, when I was with Kevin J, right, bro is knowledgeable in football.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
knows everything. So I would be the one that was like, "Yep, it was good." Yeah, and then we had to switch. So when he came in,
So me following, I used to follow football when I was a solid 5 years. I had a good 5 years. I was balls deep into football, Chelsea, and after that I went into Dota too. Okay, I started following.
Oh, okay.
oh, now you piqued bro's interest now. Yeah,
Ah.
I was like,
Bro,
oh,
but
yeah. Oh.
Dota's a dead sport right now,
No,
man.
there's too much mechanics change. So
And also there's so much more
New
competitors.
meta,
No,
yeah.
I mean like newer games. You know, so many. What's that new one? Fuck, Honor of Kingdoms. You know what's that?
no.
No, never mind. It's just a same sort of.
I mean, Valorant came out, and then Marvel Rivals came out. So people just
Everyone
don't
plays
play Dota.
Valorant now, right?
Yeah.
Valorant or
So far, I went from esports Dota, and now I follow UFC. Like that's my big interest. Yeah, you a fan?
UFC. Oh.
Yeah. Big fucking fan, bro. You? No.
Nah, but I know some.
Yeah, I'll tell you something funny that I saw yesterday. You guys know who Agilan Tani is?
no.
No.
Agalantani.
Well,
From Kelantan.
Oh, Agalantani. Ah,
Oh, Agalantani.
This fella. Yeah.
yeah, take a wild guess lah. What is Agilan Tani's race?
Chris, somewhere like Habib's.
Do you say Chris?
No, somewhere.
Oh,
No,
coming
he's a
from-
Malaysian Indian.
What?
Oh, he's Malaysian.
Yeah, Tani is drink word in Tamil.
Oh,
Agalantani.
Yeah,
Agalantani.
Yeah, so yeah, anyways, Agilan Tani, he's the most prolific MMA fighter in Malaysia, right? The best one he's fought in many different countries, fought ex-UFC fighters as well, beaten them. He's really good. Still haven't reached his prime yet. Still up and
Still
coming.
growing lah.
He is still growing.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyways, you know who's Johan Ghazali?
John Ghazali, yeah.
The Muay Thai prodigy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's 19 this year, I'm not sure. There was a headline that I saw in the local MMA news, right? This was quite controversial. So the headline said, Senior Jojo Agilan Tani will be fighting his friend Conor McGregor in Nilai, which is... Where's Nilai?
In Nilai?
Nilai is-
Conor McGregor and Eli.
yeah, yes. And it just shows what type of rubbish like journalism, sports journalism is putting out right now. They literally pulled out all the clickbait shit and just throw it in the headline.
Oh.
First of all, right, he says senior Jojo. Jojo is doing Muay Thai. Agilan Tani is MMA. It's different.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with each other, you know, and they just call it senior because he's older. That's all, right? So they combine everything fight related. They think it's just all the same sport. He's gonna fight Conor. The headline said he's gonna fight Conor McGregor in Nilai. He's gonna have a grappling match against Conor McGregor's friend. Someone who goes to the same sports gym. BJJ gym, martial arts gym as Conor McGregor. Yeah, so that was the headline, and everyone was just laughing at that.
That's mad. Yeah.
So it's like clickbait lah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's only clickbait. I think it's also they just don't know shit lah, and then they put that shit out
Yeah,
there.
like, who's that fella? It's Conor McGregor. Yeah.
Or even if it is clickbait, I guess it's good marketing for Nilai lah, cause Conor McGregor's going to Nilai, you know, apparently.
Yeah, right. That's why I said when you said Conor McGregor and Nilai, I was
Probably like they're gonna be like Jalan McGregor or some shit. He's Irish, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Irish
Yeah.
from Dublin. Yeah, I was a huge fan of Conor McGregor.
He doesn't fight anymore, right?
He
So I don't know
does.
anything about fighting, but
He's supposed to fight soon.
But he's buff now, right?
He's
Is he?
bigger.
Yeah.
And also I guess it's the same story, man. When you've made so much money,
Yeah.
how can you get yourself to the gym every day to train? And of course, when you're fighting, it's not like just playing any
It's like
sport.
commitment, isn't it?
Commitment, and there's danger. There's a risk involved.
Oh,
Yeah,
true.
You get knocked
Oh,
out.
how old is he?
It's 36, I think, this
Oh,
year.
damn. Bro,
Yeah.
bro can retire.
You know,
already.
Yes.
it is mad though how many like athletes still go now into like their 40s.
Ronaldo.
So Cristiano Ronaldo just
Yeah.
celebrated his 40th, right?
Yeah.
Lewis Hamilton is 40,
Really?
and these guys they're still going. They're still like, on top of the game, and I
Damn.
find that insane.
LeBron James,
How old is he?
Oh yeah.
40 as well, right?
Bro has like white hair on his beard, man.
That's
Yeah.
crazy, and they still
You follow
play like
NBA?
at the top.
No,
No, but I saw him a few times, like on social media.
I also saw him a few times.
Bro,
on
he's
social-
old.
He
Like
is,
there are some sports where like it's known for people to keep going, like darts, for example. You just and and throw it. You
I mean, darts is okay. It's
Hey,
not physically demanding.
You don't
right?
need to be peak
Yeah.
physical fitness,
Yeah,
right? To be a
exactly.
good darts player.
What's
But
crazy is LeBron James still killing it at his age.
He's
But
still like performing well.
I'm not sure about this year, but recent years, he's still performing
Still
really
Lakers,
well.
is it?
Hey man, you see right now you've caught me because I don't know shit too.
Oh,
Right? Yeah, I'm on a podcast, so I was trying to pretend,
Ah.
Yeah, but no,
But-
you're like Lakers. He's like, yeah, he plays basketball. Yeah.
yeah. All right, guys. If this is your first time watching this podcast episode, maybe it's your second time, third time. Do me a favor, please. It would really, really help my channel's growth if you would hit the like button, leave a comment, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications on future episodes when it will be uploaded, and yeah, tell me who you want to see in future podcast episode, and enjoy the rest of the episode. Yeah. Hey, okay, dude, you who follows F1? You follow F1?
Me,
No, he's a big
massively. Yeah.
Can you just help put it into perspective for me, because I don't get the hype over it. I know a lot of chicks are into it because fast cars, I guess, and handsome dudes, but I don't get the hype. What is it?
Here in Malaysia or in general?
Because let's say to the layman person, maybe to you, are you a car fan?
No.
No, the means no.
I
Yeah.
thought you are. I thought you like cars.
I mean, cars in general, yes.
That's what he
But
asked
not
you.
F1. Are you talking about F1 or
No,
what?
he said you into cars.
I mean, you're into that.
Just cars in general. Oh, then yes. If you're asking me F1, then no.
Yeah.
Like racing, not really.
But you like nice cars,
Yeah,
right?
I like nice cars.
Yeah, but racing, not really.
But no.
Yeah. So for the layman person, right, we look at F1 and it's just if you're there in the stadium, especially, fuck that shit, man. It's just boom, and then the car comes again. So what's the hype all about?
It comes from Drive to Survive on Netflix. The last 5-6 years have been from that. Because Drive to Survive
Yeah.
is like the behind the scenes of what happens at the races.
Ah.
All the drama, everything that you don't see on the TV. It shows
really?
that.
Drive to Survive.
And
It's
it's
a
re- it's re-
documentary.
Kind of. I think you call it documentary. Yeah. But so many people have started watching Formula One because of that. So now the drivers have more of like a personality. So people have their favorite driver and people they
Like
like
Niki
following.
Lauda.
Yeah,
Sorry?
I mean that's a long
Niki
time
Lauda.
ago. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
50 years ago. But
I heard
yeah.
about this story. It's like, oh, drop my
Wait,
love.
sorry,
Yeah.
what's it again?
Niki Lauda. He got like
He's-
his face burned or something. Right?
He was a Ferrari driver in the 70s, and he crashed in Germany, and his car set on fire.
Yeah.
And he went to hospital. Like his body was all burned. He went to hospital and came back like 90 days later and started driving again. But his whole face was
There's
burned.
a movie for it.
It's called Rush, the movie. It's a very good movie.
Rush.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So it built the personality of the drivers and the teams, and people follow it now because of that. That's how it's become a lot more popular.
It's
now.
not so much of the actual racing that everyone is so into, is it?
I think people still get.
What
they
about
still
for you?
Get into it. I mean,
have
I've been watching
have you
it
seen
since-
live?
No, never,
Oh.
never. I was gonna go watch it in Japan this year, but
Oh yeah.
financial issues. No, I watched it since I was like 5. It's because my uncle was really into it when I was a kid, and my gran really was very into it. So I started watching it then.
Really?
Yeah.
Do we have any
Yeah.
Malaysian good racers?
Alex
or
Yong,
F1?
last time.
Yeah, Alex Yong. That was
That was the last I would say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he only drove for a team called Minardi, which are like the Puchong Rovers of Formula One. Like, yeah, but he's still a very good driver.
a crude way to put it is he ain't shit in the international scene. No?
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. And it's
Yeah.
it's
You heard it from Ryan Howlett, guys.
it's almost impossible to get into Formula One. Like you have to be.
I think you have to be rich or something.
You have to be rich
Yeah,
and you have to
rich
have
is,
connections. You can't just be a good driver. It doesn't work like that.
Oh,
anymore.
really?
Yeah. I mean, like Alex Young's got a son who also drives. He races here in Malaysia, but for him to get to Formula One, he needs to get a shit
Is it
load of
a
money.
little- Any of you guys follow golf by any chance?
No.
No, I like driving range.
Let's not go there, man, because I don't as well.
Yeah.
Okay, dude. Let me ask. What do you think? I know there's a lot of different categories of content creators and all, right? What does it take, man, to be a successful one?
You first.
What does it take to be successful?
Yeah, or to do well.
I'd say just find your niche.
You've got 400. Sorry, you got 400,000 over. But I guess on all platforms it's 1 million. Is it?
Yeah, 1 million plus.
Yeah, and that took you 3-4 years.
Yeah.
3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is pretty fast. Pretty fucking fast.
I have no idea. Is it?
Yeah, I
It's
guess
pretty
so.
fast, bro.
Yeah, it's pretty quick, right?
I mean, I guess you just have to find your niche. But again, it depends on your personality, you know. I do it. I never expected to be this big. I just did it out of passion because I like to do it. I've always made videos even when I was in high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
On YouTube?
On
Yeah, on
Vine.
YouTube.
Is it Vine you use?
I never went into Vine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
alright.
surprisingly, I
Yeah.
was going to, but then Vine shut down.
Yeah.
And then TikTok came in, and then even with TikTok, I wasn't really gonna like go into it because I thought it was an app for a rumpit. People dancing like things
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
And then like throughout like a few months later, I just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. Yeah. So. Yeah, but for me and for Ryan, our niche is comedy. So there's so many niche, like some people foodie, like Malaysia, a lot of foodie, because that's probably the easiest to do.
Easiest? Yeah, I do not disagree. Also very lucrative.
Yeah, exactly. And you need I feel like, but even in foodie, you need a personality. Look at Hungry Sam, look at
Karaming when he started, right?
Like Sadie. So they all started with foodie. And I feel like you need a personality. But for me and Ryan and Mark, we're all into comedy. So, and everybody loves comedy. Everybody likes to be entertained. So I feel like it's one of the best niche to go into. So, yeah, I feel like just find your niche and just go on with it.
But to be truly honest, I think now it's
hard, right?
really hard to get into it.
You mean to start?
Yeah.
For any
Of
platform,
course.
it's super hard to become big on it.
There's so many now.
If you ask anyone who is considered successful content creator in Malaysia, they all started 3 or 4 years ago around COVID.
COVID.
Right,
They all started then.
Everyone's at home.
There are 1 or 2 started like last year that I know, but it's rare, really, really rare.
Hungry Sam but that's food.
He started a few years
It's
ago.
surprising how food you can still. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, I can agree. It's definitely getting more competitive, harder. But I think the one thing, right, that regardless of whatever field you're in, right, doing content, is consistency, man. That's the most important. Consistency.
Yeah, there's some platforms like YouTube they are killer. If you don't be consistent, they will wipe you out. Like you stop for a week or 2, habis, done.
Yeah, they stop
You're
feeding
finished.
you.
Yeah, they won't push your videos. I don't know why as well. Like they're like that on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, but you have to keep posting. Yeah.
But I would say if someone wants to start, just go with TikTok. I feel like TikTok is because as soon as your video goes to FYP, that's where people like the reach comes in.
TikTok
Instead of Instagram. I don't know now.
It has a good habit of like pushing new creators. TikTok, right? I noticed
Really?
people who start off fresh. If you start consistent very early, they push you quite a lot.
They're very generous.
Where the other platforms don't really do it so much.
Oh wow, okay.
But-
I didn't know that.
But the other thing with TikTok, like I'm sure you've seen this, people who've got like millions of followers, right?
Mhm.
But their views are like nothing.
Yeah.
Like their content just doesn't get
do
pushed.
they buy it?
No.
You wouldn't know as well.
No, I don't think so.
I wouldn't say they bought it, but I guess
Is she a
it
hot
just
girl?
fell off.
There's sometimes like this. Sometimes you get girls, sometimes guys. It doesn't really matter. It could be anyone.
It just fell off.
But it's people also that like got in early. They got in super early to it, built the following very early, and then more came in who were just like more interesting, and now people just aren't really interested in them.
Yeah, because the
so
thing about
much.
content creation is you also have to kind of adapt with your followers,
Yeah.
because your followers might enjoy this maybe 3 years ago, but
Yeah.
maybe this
they
year
get bored of it.
they get bored and they want something else. So you
Yeah.
kind of have to like try and error, with your content. So yeah,
Yeah.
Mm.
and the toilet real quick.
Yeah. Go. You write and record on the same day.
Actually, I normally like write. Yeah, it depends. But I normally actually like come up with the idea, and then the next day I shoot it. Normally,
I
like
understand. No, because you're like, okay, I did some work for today. The next day I'll do the other part. Of
sometimes, sometimes.
the other bit of it.
But yeah, I'm actually like recently feeling a bit like less motivated content wise, because I don't know. I've
How do you find ideas? You also swipe, get inspiration.
yeah, a lot of time from like other people I find ideas, or like just living life. You go out and about, see things, experience things. I got stopped at a roadblock the other day, and I came up with an idea the next day from that roadblock, and I was actually going to shoot that today, actually. But yeah, so just like living life. But yeah, I don't know. I found like the last like couple of months, my content just like it's just not hitting. It's just not hitting like
I didn't see the numbers. I saw some of your
some numbers do well, like, but like the majority don't, and it's like, and I don't really know why. Like, it's like, when you make a video or you make anything, right? You feel like it's it's good. You don't feel like it's bad, right? But
No, but I think it's what Arif said, man. People, whatever you think that, because you already have your bias based on the recent observations, you think, okay, this one should do better, but maybe in that particular day, people have already moved on from that humor, something like that.
yeah,
I don't know, man.
yeah. So I don't know. I'm just just keep making and yeah.
I remember at the start, right, dude. Vika was telling me, you know Vika, right?
Yeah, he's cool. I like Vicar.
Yeah, Vika was telling me that I did one video with him. That is he shared the video and then is 600,000 views. I'm like, oh, thanks man for sharing. Then he said to me, bro, it's the content, bro. It's not just the share.
It's not tofu fa, man.
Tofu fa? Soybean, you mean?
Ah.
Yeah. My probably my mom's making some soybeans. I was just saying to Ryan that at the start there was this video that I did, and then Vika shared it. This was quite a while ago, 50 episodes ago, and then got quite viral, that video. And I said, oh, thanks bro, because for him to share it. Then he said, no, it's the content, it's not really the shares all. And then I didn't understand that at the start, because when you're just growing, right, people sharing all is a lot of exposure for you, right? Then after a while I sort of get it, because if the content is really quality shit, right, people would just organically share. Yeah. I guess that's how it was for you when you started as well. The growth was really fast, right?
Yeah. It was just because of the British accent, that's all.
Yeah. British
That's it.
and the Rumpit accent.
Yeah.
Didn't you
Yeah.
have the video you did? You had Priyanka Chopra reshare
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
Priyanka Chopra and a bunch of others. I was like, no.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, right?
I don't know which video was that though. I forgot.
Your the washing up one.
Wow, is it? Yeah.
The
I
what?
remember, I remember.
The how UK people wash their dishes.
Yeah. Remember, I told you this when I was last here.
How do they wash the dishes? I know how they eat with forks, but
How
do
we
they-
don't
They don't use like flowing like fresh water.
you have a bowl
They
full
put
of
it
like
put
dirty
it in
water.
a basin and then they just wash it there.
to save water.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess so.
So you fill the bowl up with water, put everything in, wash, next thing, wash, next thing.
I mean, that's
and you
not.
just let it drip dry with
I
the
mean-
bubbles on it.
I
To
mean,
be
that's,
fair, because they have a dishwasher, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Only
But-
like the Atas people though. Like if you're from like the kampongs in England, you
They
just
don't.
do
They
like
just
that.
do it like that.
Yeah.
I used to have a dishwasher in the place I was staying in Melbourne, but I never used it.
Here in Malaysia.
No, when I was studying
Melbourne.
in Melbourne,
right,
yeah,
yeah,
I
right.
never used it because I didn't know how to work it. Yeah, so I
You
just
still have to work it.
yeah, dude. I mean, dude,
To be fair, I didn't know as well.
yeah.
Well, because I actually spoke to my girlfriend the other day. I was like, why is it that like dishwashers never took off in Malaysia? Because they're not like super expensive. Maybe for like B40 they're a bit out of the price range, but for the M40 or the C20, I think it's okay.
Because are you like, how many people are you catering to every day? You know what I mean?
No, because
If
they
it's
have
ju-
maids.
I mean, even if you don't have a maid,
Oh, what, the T20 people?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They don't
right,
need
right.
a dishwasher.
that's very true.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
But also, like, how many dishes are you doing every day? Maybe if it's 5, I don't think you need
Yeah.
and it takes more water, right?
And also Asians are hardworking.
I don't know. I think it actually takes more water when you do the washing, like, than a dishwasher. Because the amount of
It
water you use,
depends.
it's like,
It depends.
always
If you have a
coming
lot
out.
of dish, then yes.
Clearly, I'm an advocate of dishwashers.
Because
right?
dishwashers,
I'm
you have
lazy.
you kind of have to wait until it's full, then you wash it, right?
No.
Oh no,
It's not like the dishwasher goes cannot because it's not full. You just put in.
no, but you would waste water if you just do like, let's say, like 2 cups or something.
If you do your clothes washing, right, and you have a week's worth of washing, but it's not about half as much as normal, would you wait till next week or just wash it anyway? You just wash it, right? You don't think, oh, the water content is not so high, so I can't do this. I'm going to be wasting water. It's like 12 ringgit for water, bro, a month. It's like, just wash that.
Dude, let me ask you, Ryan. When you came to Malaysia, is that when you got accustomed to using a bidet?
Probably, right?
Yeah.
So before that,
Before it was really horrible, like disgusting to me. I remember thinking like, you wash your bottom, like, but now I'm like, you
didn't wash your bottom.
yeah. Now I'm like
Yeah.
the other way around. Yeah.
Dude, so I was just talking about the video with Vika, right? Remember I said the video got viral. So he's talking about he said that he used to like Chinese girls. He used to. Yeah, he used to. Then he found out that Chinese girls don't wash their ass.
That's BS. Like that's not
no,
true.
But it is true in a sense because I'm talking about 10, 20 years ago when we were in high school, right? Bro, no kidding, myself as well. for me, it wasn't normal to use a hose or a bidet. Like, I mean,
Oh, bro was a smelly kid. Confirm, bro was a
you
smelly
were the
kid.
same, bro.
Imagine a Malay walking past you like,
Yeah,
"Stop
but-
bau tai."
Bro, in the UK it's cold, right? The weather's cold, so you don't like it's like
Sweat and
yeah,
stuff
you
like
don't
that.
smell as much.
You don't smell as much.
Yeah.
It's true,
Here,
though.
here you're gonna be
True.
sweating, so you're gonna have smelly ass.
No,
Like,
no. What I would do last time is I'll wet the tissues. And I'll use a lot of tissues. Yeah, but then you realize with a bidet.
How did you wet the tissue? What did you use? Don't tell me you used the bidet.
No, there had to be a sink nearby.
Because imagine you use the bidet to wet the tissue and then go, the fuck is this for? Let's just use the tissue. It'd be so weird.
So in the UK, yeah, you didn't use bidets before that.
No, they don't exist. I really wish they did. But when I was there at Christmas,
Yeah.
the place I stayed, the hotel, had a bidet, which is incredible.
Of course, it's a
I feel
hotel.
like hotels now
But
they have.
I made a video on this. Here's the reason I realised why they don't not so good in the UK, because the water comes straight from like the plumbing, right? Cold
Yeah,
water.
yeah.
And in cold temperature, the water adjusts the air temperature. So you wash your butt with cold water, and it's so painful.
Yeah,
it's like
it kind of
numbingly
numbs.
Yeah.
Numbs, yeah.
You have to do it in squirts. You're like, tsa, 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 like this.
And
That's
the
all
weather
you
is
can do.
cold as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's awful. Like in Malaysia, because the water's just like the same air temperature, right? So it's like, I don't know,
Room temperature.
25 degrees, 30 degrees, the water. It's like a nice temperature, right?
It's relaxing.
Yeah, relaxing.
Japan has the best toilet experience though.
Oh, bro, yeah.
Definitely.
Oh.
It's hot water, the heated seat. You get the music.
And then
playing.
open yokoso.
Yeah, you could have any.
The automatic ass washer.
Yeah.
right?
And it's
Yeah.
warm. Oh.
Yeah. Sometimes you get them in Malaysia, but the angle is off. So you sat there
Yeah,
and
yeah,
bump and hit you in the balls. It's like, oh. Yeah, I don't know why. Especially the ones in malls are like that, right? You sit on it and it hits like a butt cheek.
That's
and
why
you're
you have to test
God.
first, bro. You have to test first. Like before you do the business, you have to test first. Like, oh, okay, all right.
like that.
And
'Cause
then you
they-
adjust, you
yeah, but then you're like sat in the toilet and you're like that, like trying to wash, like. You just look like an idiot. Imagine someone walks in and you're like doing like Spider-Man or something, trying to wash your butt.
First of all, who's gonna walk in unless you left the door?
Because some of the malls, bro, the older malls, the lock on the toilet is always broken. And you
True,
have to,
true,
so right,
true.
you have one foot like this,
Yeah,
you have
yeah,
one on the
stopping the
door
door, right? Yeah,
to
yeah,
stop
yeah.
the door from opening. You're like-
Dude.
So I've heard. Not that I've gone through that. So I've heard.
Dude, but bidet is one of those things, right? Like, because we always ask the question, why in Western countries they don't have it? It's not that Western countries are less developed or anything, right? Why? But the question is, why don't they have it there? I think it's one of those things, right? Bidet. Once you use it, right, you get so comfortable using it, you can't imagine
Yeah.
without it.
Yeah.
But if
True.
but if you have not used it, it's like what you the
feel disgusted.
Brother.
it was yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the reason why. Because other than that, it doesn't make sense. It is
Yeah,
much
yeah.
more cleaner.
I don't know why though. Like, how? I can't even think why we grew up thinking just using paper is an acceptable way of like cleaning yourself. Because
Oh.
if you get like dirt on your hands, you don't just like
Yeah.
you wash your hands, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
why
yeah.
would you? I don't
Hey,
get it.
Hey man, I thought about this recently. Okay,
That's a random.
we were talking about this with my brothers, my brother and sister-in-law. Like, so they were saying like, can you imagine in the medieval times, people not only do they not wash their ass, they probably didn't wipe as well.
Oh, that's
I-
true though.
They're definitely not using.
I
a
am
bidet.
sure that people in medieval times smelt awful.
They smelled awful
So
all the time.
apparently, so here's what I heard about like when white people first came to Malaysia, right? The Malaysian people could smell them coming.
White
Because
people.
They came on like boats, right? And
Yeah,
normally they would eat things that can survive like a long journey, like onions or garlic or like root potatoes, these kind of things. But imagine you eat onions and garlic every day, you don't wash, you don't shower, and you arrive. They said they can smell them coming before they even saw them. Yeah, that must be awful, right? Like, could you imagine?
But
Oh.
is that the stereotype you got as well? I heard the same thing when I was young. Like
I
that.
have no idea. I've
that
never
no, I
heard
mean
before.
like that white people, their hygiene is not there.
Really? Yeah.
It's not. I've met some smelly fuckers back in the UK. I've met a guy that didn't even know, he was 25, he didn't even know you have to shower using soap.
Really?
And I kid you not. And this came up because he was working in another, like in a room next to us, and he smelled so bad, like BO, right? And so someone just after like a year of this guy smelling asked him, like, bro, did you, not to be rude, but did you shower this morning? He was like, yeah, of course I did. And then he went, like, but how did you shower? He was like, I just use water. He was like, did you use soap? He was like, no, why would I use soap? That's for you washing your hands.
What?
And he went, no, because his parents just never taught him. His parents kind of neglected him as a kid, so they never taught him. He went to wash with soap.
The parents didn't neglect. The parents ain't washing too. I mean, ain't using soap too.
Maybe so, yeah.
Yeah, there's
But
many
then,
parents.
the moment this guy like actually spoke to him and said like, no, you're meant to use like body wash to like wash especially like your armpits and that, the next day he didn't smell. Which is crazy, right? To think that you just don't get taught as a kid like that.
They probably remember you forever.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
it because you were from a very small town? Could that be the reason? Centers.
Yeah. Could be.
I was from like a village, yeah, but I mean, come on, bro. Like, it's like people know you. That's not even what you get learned at school, right? Your parents just meant to tell
Yeah.
you. You see that bottle there with that gooey liquid in it? You wash yourself with that, by the way.
Okay, just to confirm, did you guys? I mean, we definitely learned about cuci badan and all, washing our
Gosok
body.
gigi also, bro.
Yeah, gosok gigi. Did you guys? Obviously, you guys learned about using
Yeah, do
soap
you have
in
that
school.
in schools?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Brush your teeth and stuff. You don't have like the song and stuff like this, but
I
like,
don't- oh, you know about the song?
yeah.
You know,
Bangun pagi, gosok gigi, and all
Yeah,
that.
but you still like you get told that you're meant to wash and things like that, but maybe not as in I don't know.
maybe he didn't go to school.
Actually, in the song, it doesn't say like you have to wash your body. It's just bangun pagi, gosok gigi, cuci muka, pakai baju.
Yeah.
So you have to
It
wash.
didn't
your
say
face.
guna sabun.
Yeah, no sabun, no basuh
Yeah.
badan.
So clean your teeth, wash your face, and then everything else simply wet.
Simply wet.
Simply wet. Do you know what I found wild a couple of months ago? Do you remember when they came out and I can't remember exactly who it was, part of US Congress, said that we can confirm there are unknown life forms
yeah.
in the ocean, like intelligent life forms that we don't know or understand in the ocean. We can confirm there are aliens living on our planet, and nobody gave a shit. Nobody gave a shit because everyone was like, well, how can I pay my grocery bills knowing this? No one cared. And they confirmed we have evidence there are like aliens living in the ocean. And everyone was like, yeah, so like, nobody cared because I tell you why, they said this and then everyone was like, well, show us. Oh, sorry, we can't do that. Well, then why would you say it then?
Yeah.
They can't show any evidence of it, which is why, is it to like throw people off while they do something else?
Could be.
Maybe, man.
I mean, if I had to bet on it, 100% that's what they're trying to do, right?
Yeah.
Because this shit has been going on for decades. I guess the initial one is New Mexico Roswell. I think it's New Mexico Roswell, Area 51, right? The initial UFO sightings, UFO crash. I was a kid, right? I remember I think Form 1. I was in my school library. There was like some UFO books, so I was looking at the UFO shit. And then I could see all these, those black and white photos of aliens lying on the surgery bed, and then they're just like doing some shit. And then I saw all that shit. I'm like, oh, no way they're gonna fake this. How can you fake this shit? You know, but it's been decades and decades, and then people are slowly starting to realize like, yeah, every now and then someone's going to come out and say this style of shit. Even you've got people from they previously worked in aviation also, right? In their the Air Force industry in America. Then they go on podcasts and they talk about aliens and whatever. But like, so what? Have you seen any, or what? Can you show us some?
Stanley, here's a question: when was the last UFO sighting in Malaysia? You don't have, right? You just don't have, because apparently they all go to USA. They like it there. You just don't see.
Do you believe in aliens?
Not really, to be
I
honest.
do, because I watch. You have to watch Men in Black.
Oh, is it? Oh, sorry, I missed that documentary.
The documentary.
I saw the one about the two aliens that fight each other in the pyramid in Antarctica. Have you seen that one? That documentary?
I missed that documentary.
It's called Alien versus Predator. It's really good. You should watch it.
I missed that
Yeah, but no, I believe they are out there somewhere, but have they come here? Nah. I don't
Okay,
think so, man.
simpler question. Do you believe in life forms outside of Earth? Of course, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
for sure, man.
I mean, Earth is so tiny in this universe.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't there be? Yeah, but
Probably Thanos somewhere, right? Thanos is probably somewhere.
I think so, yeah. I am inevitable.
Oh, is that Mandela?
That's not Nelson Mandela. You think any accent I do with a low voice is Nelson Mandela?
is that your favorite accent of his?
He does it so well.
No, your favorite is what is your favorite? What's your favorite one to do and hear?
What accents?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
The Malay one, the rumpit one.
No,
Not your
I'll say Philippines.
Filipino.
Yeah.
Philippines. Oh.
Or India. I like to do like Indian accent.
Oh, bro, dude, the one you did about the robbery.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Indian one was hilarious, bro.
Yeah.
Fun fact: I stole that from someone.
Did they do it as good?
Oh, maybe not. I don't know.
Maybe not.
Probably not. Probably not though.
Yeah.
So.
Did you do a Malay one for that one?
I
I can't remember.
don't know.
I think maybe not.
No, I don't think so.
I remember I commented something like, you get an Indian guy do an accent of an Indian dude speaking Malay. That shit's gonna be scary. Yeah.
Hey, put
Yeah.
That's true.
Let me ask you a question that maybe your fans will be interested in.
Go on.
Yeah.
Go on.
Why did you guys quit radio?
Why did we quit radio?
Yeah. And how long were you guys there for? Who quit first?
I quit first.
You quit first.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long were you there for?
Well, overall,
Oh,
since the
yeah.
beginning, since as someone who was on radio September 2022, but full time was January 2023. I started. So
Okay.
up until the point where we both sort of like ended, which was June 2024, right? Last year. Yeah.
You were there for less than 6 months.
Yeah.
How
I
long?
think it was about 4 months, 5 months.
Yeah,
Yeah.
4 months. How was it?
It was fun working with Ryan because
Yeah.
we had we were friends way before.
Yeah.
So that's the number one reason I said yes to it.
Uh-huh.
But
The early call
I just,
times?
and then I quit is just because of the lifestyle. I can't get used to the lifestyle
Well,
because
what-
I had to wake up like 4:45 in the morning. You know, I have to be there before 6, stuff like that. So no,
Yeah, and what time would you go to bed, man?
9,
Yeah,
9.
9 or 10, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you live quite
And how many days a week? 6.
5,
Monday to Friday.
5, huh?
Monday to
Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah, you can't do that shit for a long time.
As I mean, if it's your full time thing, then I would say yes. But because me particularly, I started as a content creator.
Yeah.
And content creator is like my main thing.
Mm.
So doing that takes a lot of my time and energy. He actually told me like it's gonna take a lot of your energy, and I was like, nah, I'm okay.
Yeah.
And
I
then
said to him.
after like 2 weeks, you were right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm sure your the rate of releasing content also really went down drastically.
yeah,
Of
yeah,
course,
yeah,
man.
Yeah, because you get home and you feel very like lethargic.
Yeah,
So
mentally more. It's
Yeah.
more mentally.
You think that just because you're awake in the day, right? Like because you finish work at what time? 10, 11?
1.
Oh, 1 o'clock.
yeah, because the
No,
show
because, yeah.
the show would finish at 10. You'd normally go like makan for like
Makan.
20 minutes or something. That'll be your lunch,
Mhm.
and then you go and prep for the show the next day. But that
Oh.
took a lot longer than you think. It takes like 2 hours minimum to do that. Normally 3
Yeah.
to prepare for the
So
show.
what to talk about the next day? Things
Yeah.
like that.
So you reach your car and you're free at about 1 p.m. where
Yeah.
you can go home.
Yeah, more or less.
More or
Yeah.
less,
yeah.
Okay, so you got 8 hours in the day, and you think that okay, I got 8 hours, I can do some content.
No.
But then your motivation's like boom,
Yeah.
you used
Because,
it all.
It's because like
it's
he
a planning
said,
thing.
the
It's a
planning
planning.
thing, and like your mind is just so you can be like mentally exhausted rather than physically, right? You know what I mean? So
Of course.
because you spend a few hours of like having high energy and being hyped up, and then you spend another 3 hours coming up with ideas that when you go home, you don't want to come up with more ideas. You just
Yeah,
want
you
to
just want to rest. Yeah, exactly.
You just
exactly.
want to just do nothing really
Yeah,
and
put
relax.
on the Netflix and eat.
Exactly. Something
Especially like
this.
for our content, it requires like creativity and stuff like that. I feel like if you do some other stuff that does not require creativity, then that's fine.
Yeah.
But because we have to think about it, we have to write the script and stuff like that, it's just so tiring.
But if you're not doing something that requires creativity, it probably requires physical effort.
yeah.
Yeah,
Which,
so-
which is okay because we're not tired physically. I would say it's more mentally tired.
Okay.
Like, bro,
So that's why we can go to the gym. You know.
Sometimes I really wish that like my content, I don't know about you, but I wish I could make content where I could just like put a Tyler song on, dance to Tyler, and get 20 million views.
Who's
I
Tyler?
really
Tyler's
wish.
the creator?
No,
No, Tyler, make me sway. You don't know that?
I do know that.
Yeah, this girl.
Bro's got
There's a lot of like the TikTok songs like with her. But like, I just wish I could do content like that, so I didn't have to think about it so much. Because it's probably the same with you, right? You know, there's that meme with the guy with the whiteboard, and he's like that, right? So you do that, you come up with a script. You're like, oh, is that funny? What if I do this?
Yeah,
I'll add
yeah.
this in, and you come up with the whole script, and you do it. I don't like that take. Do it again. I don't like that
And
take.
you just don't
do it
want to
again.
do that after working, like, you know.
But sometimes, right, I see sometimes I see you guys have a maybe you get good ideas, right, that hit, like for example the one that you did, the baby in the luxurious belly.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, did that take long for you to think of?
No, that
Sometimes-
was like a direct one-to-one copy from someone else.
Sorry, what?
It was a direct copy from someone else.
Ah, nice. Appreciate the
So
honesty.
I just saw the video. I can do that.
Yeah, I had that a few times. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
out of the bag.
Yeah. So yeah, that one probably took what, an hour for you to do everything?
Nah, man, it took me less than 15 minutes.
Yeah, sometimes you hit stuff like that, right?
Yeah,
the
yeah.
edit, right? Takes a bit of time. You got to do
It's just the edit.
background.
Just the edit for it, you know. But that's like considered, and it's not my typical content. You know, it's not my niche. It's
Got
just
you.
something that I thought it was funny. Yeah, I
Your
can do
niche,
that.
your specialty, some would say.
It's just accents. But the thing is, and I started with all these skits that, you know, involves accents. So it's a bit hard to do skits because you usually have to do the script and have to think if it's funny or not. But yeah, nowadays, after when I was working with Fly, I just could be bothered. I just
Still did though, right?
Yeah,
Still made
sometimes.
content. Yeah.
forced.
Yeah. Because you know you have to, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And not to mention, you went to the gym as well during that FlyFm.
Yeah.
I bumped into you at the gym a few times. So after gym, after work, you rushed to the gym.
Straight away to the
Yeah,
gym.
and then right after gym, then you're properly drained.
Yeah, because I knew that if I went back, I'm not going to go to the gym because you're just tired.
So you
it
went
was a
nearby.
practice. Same as Ryan as well.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Do you ever miss it though? Do you ever miss doing the
Radio? Start a podcast.
Yeah, that was the thing.
It's different,
start
right? I
about-
think podcasts like
What's different is you need to pay some dude to edit lah. Because it's the same thing. It's gonna
Yeah.
drain you. I edit everything. I wish I got someone to edit for me. Yeah. So that's the hassle with the podcast. But maybe if you do it with Ryan, you guys can split the cost. You know,
But that's the other difference in radio, right? Is like
you guys
a lot-
would be great.
how a lot
man.
of people don't realize that you do the editing at the time you because you record it, right?
Yeah,
Normally
it's edited
radio.
on the spot.
Yeah, you can do radio like live, as in whatever I say right now goes out, but often it's like
Yeah.
slightly ahead by a couple of minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
In
That's
case
very
anyone
true.
swears or something, you can cut it out, this kind of thing. So basically, you record it like a podcast, but you have to do like a rapid edit in 2 minutes before
Yeah.
it goes out on air. Like that.
Most of the time, Brian does it.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys do it.
Yeah.
They don't pay some editor to do it.
No.
There's a producer who was called Adam he would so imagine he makes like the bigger idea. He helps with like bringing extra sounds in, or maybe there's like sound bites from an interview or something. He'll bring that in.
Yeah.
But in terms of any quick edits and making it sound neater, that's what.
It's all him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or the radio announcers would.
What is
Yeah.
it? Premiere Pro? CapCut?
No, it's like
No,
a
no, no.
special software. It's called Zeta. I don't know how you
yeah,
pronounce
yeah,
it.
that's
Zetta.
Yeah. So they just teach you on the job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Along the way, right?
So yeah, sometimes if you misclick something or you don't do it fast enough, it will go out and there'll be like a bump in the middle of it or some gap or something like that, and it won't sound right.
What's the worst word? The harshest swear word you could say on radio?
Could say.
could say
Shit. Oh, you can't say
No,
shit.
no.
No?
you can't.
Shit.
It's very
They censor a lot.
Shoot!
strict.
You can shoot though.
Yeah, shoot is okay, I guess.
But to be honest,
What, the
like
fish?
there's no. Like there's obviously like this, the curse words you can't say. This is obvious, but there's other words that some people think you can and some people think you can't say.
You can't even say damn, like damn.
Yeah.
No.
Dang?
But they
Can
say-
you say dang?
Dang.
Say dang apparently, but not damn. But this is like where it's a real grey area because there's no clear cut rule of like you can and cannot say this.
Yeah.
It's just because there's a governing body.
There's someone that tells you, hey, I don't like that, man.
Yeah, there's a governing body
Exactly.
that people, if they complain to this governing body about this person or this station or whatever,
And the station will get in trouble.
then you can lose your license, which is the real issue. So they just
A snitcher, basically.
yeah.
Yeah. You guys, any idea why Arnold left Hits?
He went to
He
Japan,
went to Japan, right?
Yeah, his
Yeah,
wife.
yeah.
Oh,
his
he's
wife.
relocating
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Yeah.
the wife is there. And
His wife.
He's like a proper, arigatou gozaimasu.
Yeah, I saw his content, man. He's killing it right now.
Yeah.
You see that shit?
Yeah, he's doing well, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Have you noticed he's been doing that slowly throughout this past year? Since his wife moved, he's slowly been adding more Japanese content and then
Oh, really?
yeah,
Oh.
planting the seed.
He started doing vlogs two years ago already, but not vlogs this type of content, but not frequent at all. Yeah, now I guess he's doing it more frequent, but it's
Because he
funny
has
shit. Though.
more free time. He's a house husband, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, I don't know. But if you're a house
maybe
house
for
husband,
now, I don't know.
you have a lot of time on your hands. So
Yeah.
and it's fun. I love
I
Japan.
don't know what he's doing out there now though. I don't know how hard it is to find a job
To be a
in
house
Japan.
husband?
Not to be a house husband, to like find a job out there. I've heard it's hard. I've heard.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's very.
I don't think they have like a hits
I don't even
FM like in Japan, right? Hitozu.
Hito.
I don't know. I don't know.
No, but if they had an English radio station over there, right? English.
I doubt it, lah.
Yeah, right.
I
What-
doubt it.
They
Dude,
wouldn't.
It's the same as Spain. They use their own national language more.
Bro, one thing I realized also, right, when you travel to a lot of countries is a lot of countries don't even speak English. Like
Yeah,
they don't
Spain.
even need English. China,
Yeah.
they really don't. It's not important for them because they do a lot of their business locally, right, domestically. So it's not really so important. People who speak Chinese are probably let's say like if they're not from international school, okay, it's just a hobby, you know. Probably they appreciate Western arts, songs, music, whatever. So they also like to pick up the language.
But let me tell you, like,
Yeah, what's up?
the most Chinese education that I got throughout my life was when I was flying China routes. Okay, when I was a flight like a flight attendant.
I want to ask you about that.
So most of the things that I knew was like, you know, 小心啊, you know, like 垃圾垃圾,安全带. That's all from because they couldn't speak English, so I had to tell them.
I'm a banana. So do translate as well.
Oh, you don't know?
I don't.
Oh, okay. 小心 is basically be careful. Yeah, 安全带 is fasten your seatbelt. It's basically all airline lingo. And 垃圾 is rubbish. Any rubbish to throw.
Lachi, okay.
Lachi, you know, lachi. And 坐下来, sit here. Because sometimes they'll say like, where's my seat?
You mean
they just show like, okay. And then I say like, 我看下. And then let me look. 坐这边. I say, okay. Yeah, things like that.
Yeah, you actually have to just converse with them that way.
Yeah, because
You
they
don't have
couldn't
a
speak
choice.
English.
Yeah.
Then what happens when they start talking to you more in Chinese? You
What?
just "对
Smile and wave.
对
How do you say what would you like to eat?
要吃什么?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's Mandarin though, because I'm sure
They
like
speak Mandarin, right? In
yeah,
China?
but with a more thicker accent. I don't know how to say it. Like
super thick.
Oh
they,
yeah, yeah.
they talk like they have like they're eating at the same time.
It has
Bro,
like a-
yeah, bro, legit, bro.
Yeah.
It has like an sound to it, right?
Yeah.
But that shit is also similar to how different parts of Malaysia we got different thicker dialects. It's the same over there.
Terengganu, same lah, same thing.
Yeah. Do you understand Klate?
I mean, if it's 100%, no,
Really cannot catch it, right?
because they have like certain like words.
I only know Sekito. You know Sekito?
Sekito. Oh.
Sekito means what? Fuck, I
It's
forgot
like
already.
like our people,
Yes.
like us, kind of like
Family lah, some
that.
shit.
Yeah,
like
Sekito.
Was that one they used to say?
Fam.
Punah gini. Oh. What's that mean?
Oh, punno gini.
Punah gini. What's that mean?
What?
Punno gini is like, oh damn it, it's over. You're like,
Right.
In what?
in Kelantan.
dialect.
Say again?
Punno gini.
Punogini.
And I'm not even from Kelantan. And there's so the story how I learned Kelantanese is basically goes back when I was studying. So I had this
Where did you study?
where?
What do you mean where? You studied
I forgot. It was a long time ago. IIC. It's called International Islamic College
In Johor?
in Gombak. Yeah. Near Batu Caves, I would say.
Okay, so high school you did up to you were in Johor up till high school.
Yeah.
And then you moved to Gombak to International Islamic School.
Yeah. College.
Okay, college. What is International Islamic School like? You have to be Islam, Muslim.
No, not really. I have no idea,
Yeah,
if
no,
I'm
no.
honest.
Got
But
you.
I think I've seen like Chinese and Indian.
But you got Islamic studies that you have to take lah every.
No. It depends on the course. It's just called International.
Just
Islamic
like Catholic
College. I think
school
it's like a subsidiary of UIA. Okay. But yeah, basically, long story short, I had a housemate who is from Kelantan. He's the only Kelantan guy in that house, and there's like 12 of us. Okay, so he just didn't bother to speak like a KL. Bro's just like, this is me, accept it.
Yeah. Take it or leave it.
Some people are like that. Like they don't. When you spend time with someone, right? You do just catch on to their accent, especially if you are the minority, right? Yeah, but some people
true.
they can't be fucked, man. They're that comfortable in their own skin.
Yeah.
So that's how I knew like some words in Kelantan, because I would ask him as well. Like going out, like go out in Malaysia. I mean, in Malay is
Like-
keluar, right?
Yeah.
Or go out. Yeah.
In Kelantan is too big.
To be
Too big.
Too
Right.
big.
to be
Too big.
dulu.
Yeah. TUBIK, I guess. Too big.
To be
big.
dulu.
Oh.
Yeah. Too big mamok.
Mamok is.
Mama ah.
So you'd hear
Leave
him
the
say
mama.
like, too big, and you'd be like, the fuck?
What are you
What did
talking
you
like
say?
that? But yeah, I asked him like, I would sometimes ask him like, how do you say this? How do you say that? But yeah, that's how I also got the Kelantan character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know you, because that's how he would do presentations in English.
Let me ask you about your talent. Yeah, how do you pick up doing so many accents?
I don't know.
Come on, you know, man. I'm sure at this age now you sort of have an idea.
I don't know, man. I guess.
Some people just can't, not.
No.
I don't know.
I think they can. It's just a matter of, I would say, hearing. It depends on your hearing. Because whatever you try to imitate or copy, the first thing you do is hear. And then you translate in your brain, and then your brain tells your mouth to say it. So, and also, it's your hearing and also your like tongue placement, things like that.
You make it seem so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can do a very convincing. I have a dream.
Oh, Nelson Mandela.
Yeah.
You must believe that everyone is your last.
He talks like that.
I like this coffee.
He's very. Every time Nelson Mandela does a speech, it's like breaks every single word up.
So everyone, I mean, I would say everyone can do it. That's why there's a lot of people who can do accents around the world, because it's not like a gift.
I always thought that like you can actually do, some people anyway can do good accents depending where they grew up and the accents they heard as a kid.
Yeah.
Because like for example, like the stuff that some of the Asian accents, I can't do that, but like the European ones or dialects in England, I can do them very well because I grew up hearing that kind of thing.
England, yeah, of course, England for you is much closer to home.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it has to do with when you're young, you are fascinated by different accents when you're young, and it's easier to catch on. I'm not sure if this is completely related. I've said this countless of times in this podcast, right? I used to teach in a childcare center. So what I think I told you the last time.
I remember when I was here.
What happened was I realized that kids, right, they pick up accents, not accent, language, really, really fast, right? This Chinese kid, he was from mainland China. I was there in his class the first day he got here, right? So I saw him, he had no idea how to speak English at all. I was teaching in Australia, Melbourne.
Okay.
So China kid was in the class and he couldn't speak at all. And then after 3 weeks, right, he could converse with all the other kids speaking English. And
This
I
is
feel
gonna be
like
funny.
I feel
That's
like
crazy.
I feel like a
Wait,
reason.
what do you want to say?
what-
It's from China, right? You said
yeah.
in Australia.
Yeah.
Ni hao.
Ni hao.
Ni hao.
Yeah.
Bro really cooked that up while you were talking.
A reason why
Ni hao,
that
mate.
I
Yeah,
think
mate.
How
a
cheer,
reason
man.
why I think he could pick it up fast is because as a kid, right, you don't have that much of shame. Okay, you just
You
fuck
just
up.
do it. Yeah.
Yeah, you just keep failing and failing.
Yeah.
And then so I watched him mumble, and then eventually he got better lah, and he could speak. Yeah, so I was saying like maybe when you were a kid as well, you were always doing accents.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say so. This is like, to me, I'm not really sure if it's true or not. But growing up, my parents sent me to Kumon. You know Kumon?
What's Kumon?
Come on, it's
like
extra
a-
classes. So
Yeah, it's like a tuition.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like every Asian kid has to do it.
They were like, we want this kid to do a Scottish accent, so
What-
you're going to Kumon.
Yo, I just want to confirm what Kumon is the brand, is it?
Yeah.
Of the tuition?
And they only teach maths and English, and part of the English is like you have to do like a hearing exercise, things like that. It's kind of like, I mean, I don't know if you know Moet. You probably know Moet.
Mm-hmm.
You know Moet?
No.
Say Moet.
Mwet. Like that. Mwet.
Moet.
Mwet. Mwet. I know, it's like I'm stepping on a toad or something. Mwet.
Dude, tell me about your air steward time, man. Yeah, so what?
Back in the day.
How did you decide to get into cabin crew life?
So basically, after my diploma, I
What did you study?
I studied contemporary Islamic science, which I have no idea what it was about.
Yeah, that was an interesting career route.
Wait, I think tell me. Well, what does it mean, Islamic science?
Basically, you learn about
Science.
science is a little bit, but it's more like the religion itself, like the Quran, the Hadith, and stuff like that. But I was kind of, I wouldn't say forced. It was just more like a no choice type of thing.
No
Because I didn't really do well in SPM. And then, you know how after you've done your SPM, all these letters start coming to your house, like offers from private universities to ask you to join.
What did you get for your SPM?
I don't know, man. The only good, I mean, I knew that I didn't fail anything, but it wasn't like passed with flying colours.
Yeah.
You got A for English, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's the only thing that
That's
I
the
got
only
A.
thing,
Yeah,
huh?
my BM I think it was a C, bro.
Yeah. I didn't do too good as well. I got 2 A's only. Yeah, mathematics, modern maths, of course.
Of course.
Yeah. So yeah. Then what were we saying about the letters all coming in?
So
I didn't have to deal with that because I used my trial results. You know your trial results.
oh, you can use that. I didn't know that.
I went to Trinity College in Melbourne. So the intake was in February. So they had to use your trial results. Couldn't wait till SPM, which was, I think SPM came out. Yeah. Oh, dude, SPM results only came out in February the next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was already in Melbourne when I got my results. Yeah. But you were saying?
Basically, after a few months, we got the SPM results. I just didn't know. I actually applied for Aswara. Do you know what is Aswara?
Aswara.
It's like a university for like arts and theatres and film
Oh,
directors.
yeah. I had
it's like a pretty big like university here in
do
Malaysia.
you know Abbas? You know Alana?
Yeah,
Alana Dance Mall?
Yeah.
Alana.
Yeah. Abbas went to Aswara.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
That's how
Yeah.
he became like an act. I don't know what he took. Maybe theatre, I guess.
Oh.
Theatre.
right?
He loves
Yeah.
acting, bro.
Yeah. So I applied for that, and then I and when you apply for that school, you have to interview for that school. It's not like
Bro, you would have killed it, man. I think so.
yeah,
bro.
but I think I got nervous because they asked. I remember I applied for like film directing.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like a film directing course, and so they interviewed me, and then I guess I got nervous because when the guy asked me, "What's your favorite director in Malaysia?" I have no idea. I said no one.
You actually don't. Back then, you actually didn't know any director.
Yeah, exactly. Because I don't
Same.
watch Malay movies at the time, you know. And after that, okay, if you don't know any Malaysian directors, how about international? So at the time, I knew like Steven Spielberg, you know, things like that. But because I've like choked, I just said, tak tahu.
So you want to be a film director, but you don't know
Yeah,
any
yeah,
directors.
exactly.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look good, right?
Did you
So
say that in
obviously-
Malay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tak tahu because obviously I was nervous, and it was basically my first interview ever.
Ah, yeah.
Ever for any job.
It's not even a job, bro. It's a university.
I see.
Bro's acting like
Yeah,
it's the first time he's ever
ever.
been asked a question.
Ever interview ever. I've never been interviewed all my life, so I choked, right? But yeah, got rejected to that, so I felt a bit down, and then this letter came to my house, which is from the university. I mean the college. So I was
Aswara?
like, yeah, no, the International Islamic College,
Okay, I see.
and it was already it wrote there the course as well. So I didn't know that they have like a multimedia course as well. You know, like they have different courses. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Mm.
They had an
But-
art section as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. But I didn't know. So I asked my mum like, what should I do? Should I do it? And my mum said, just do it lah. But it was just do it for the sake of doing it.
Yeah.
You know, just to have something. You know.
Yeah. Your mom isn't you lah, so your mom is also worried about
Yeah.
your options. So she's like, just take it. Something's granted to you. Take it.
Exactly. So I did that, finished it, and then after
Move to Gombak yourself, right?
Yeah. As a student, you know. And then after I finished studies, I returned to Johor, and basically.
So sorry. So what would the degree you had, contemporary science, Islamic science, right? What were the roles that you are capable for?
Probably a teacher.
Well, if you take the course,
Yeah,
you
it
Like
might
a science,
complete
Islamic
it.
science teacher.
Yeah.
In uni.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably a lecturer, I would say. But that's only if I pursue my degree, or I could do like in psychology and stuff like that. But Malaysia doesn't really use psychologists, right? So
Bro, we've got about 50 in the whole Malaysia.
really,
Really?
Only 50.
The whole
Well,
of Malaysia.
50. It's more than you expected. Is it?
No. Like that's not
The
much.
whole, that's like 33 million population. And
No, yeah.
50.
I had 2 psychologists on. They told me that.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
It's quite crazy, man.
Wow, bro, you had like 4% of the whole psychologists in the whole Malaysia on
And
your
one,
show.
and one of the psychologists has been in the industry for 30 years.
Yeah.
But of course, only in Malaysia, only for I think 15 years or so. Yeah, because before
OG.
that she was working overseas.
Wow.
Wow,
Yeah.
really?
But
Yeah.
yeah, basically after that, I just didn't know what to do with my life. And my dad told me like, okay, my dad is like the typical old traditional Chinese, you know. So my dad said like, okay, if you want to find a job, find a career. He said, don't find like a job. Find something that you could progress on
Progression.
over the years, you know.
Great.
So I was thinking, what should I do? What should I do? And then my brother actually suggested, why don't you be a flight attendant? You know, you can be like the senior cabin crew, you know, steward, blah blah blah.
What did your dad say to that?
My dad doesn't mind as long as I was working, you know.
Of course.
Just wants money.
Yeah. No,
yeah,
but
yeah.
but I thought your dad would think like, oh, but the career progression is not exactly endless or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh wait, bro.
Bro's
Come on,
broken the set
okay.
now. He's pulled his microphone off. To be fair, if you're doing it, I'm going to move mine as well.
Yeah. What were you saying just now? Oh yeah. Your dad.
Oh yeah, and then my brother told me that initially I wanted to apply for Singapore Airlines, like the first choice. Okay. And then, like I remember 2 weeks prior from the interview, I prepared all the documents, all the necessary documents, and then exactly like 1 week before, my brother said that there's an AirAsia interview at the airport.
Yeah. Sorry, how old were you at that time?
20,
20,
yeah,
right?
2021 somewhere. So, and my brother just said, "Why don't you just try?" You know, even though it wasn't my first choice, and the interview was like the next day, tomorrow.
So AirAsia was your first interview.
Yeah. And I
Okay.
got in,
Yeah.
so I had to say bye to Singapore.
How did
Airlines.
you not fuck up the interview this time?
I don't know, man. I feel like AirAsia's interview is quite easy, if I'm being honest.
Oh.
As long as you can, have good conversations in English, you're presentable, confident. I feel like they'll be like, okay, yeah.
Is it true that actually, not just for AirAsia, but like all companies, they really prioritize how you look over a lot of other things?
I mean, I wouldn't say so. It depends.
Because the height requirement is actually like, that's a fact, right? They say you have to be this height.
That's for safety wise.
But there are
Yeah,
some
yeah.
airlines where it's rumored that they only will hire people that are like good looking because they like represent the brand, right?
Could be.
Okay,
I mean,
maybe I don't know. What it depends. What is your standards of beauty?
exactly.
Yeah, but also you need someone who you have to know how to wear makeup. Like, let's say if you're a girl, you have to know how to present yourself, right? But
Yeah.
what is beauty to them? Who knows? It's a
Yeah,
bit
yeah,
subjective.
exactly.
'Cause I mean-
Present yourself.
I
Yeah,
mean,
so a lot of people think that the height requirement is strictly because of aesthetics.
No, it's for
to,
safety.
to reach the thing as well, right? You can't
because
reach
some
the
of
aircraft.
the safety equipments like
Oxygen
the
bottles.
AED or the first aid kit is like up there. It's like on one of the compartments
Yeah, yeah.
on top.
Yeah.
So if you can't reach it, then what's the point? Because,
So for a male attendant,
I think it's 168 at least.
that's not actually
Yeah.
not very
At least for AirAsia though. I don't know about other airlines.
Mm.
for females.
I think is 145.
Nah, it's,
Wait,
higher,
hey,
it's
what?
taller than that.
No, 115 something, 155 or 15.
It's
yeah.
not too demanding actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, not at all, man.
But I would say it's okay lah. I mean, it's quite pretty easy lah, and they're hiring like non-stop, so they always need like crews.
Okay. The turnover is also is it quite common?
No, it's not like the turnover. It's more like I think because they bought more aircrafts and stuff like that.
They're
they need
expanding lah,
more.
basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So how long were you with AirAsia, dude?
3 years.
3 years
And
only.
I feel like a lot of people don't know this, yeah. And this is one of the main reasons. I would say the only reason why I shifted to Singapore Airlines. So
Oh, you were with Singapore also.
yeah. So AirAsia, they call it AK, not AirAsia X. The normal AirAsia.
What? Sorry, AK.
Yeah, AK.
What is AK?
I have no idea what it stands for.
What?
But there's AK and AirAsia X and AX. So AirAsia X is like the bigger aircraft that goes to Japan, goes to Australia and stuff like that.
AK is the domestic one.
Yeah, they do international as well, but they don't do layovers, okay,
Mhm.
or night stops. So a lot of people think that AirAsia, or if you work with AirAsia, you get to travel, blah blah blah. But it not really, I would say, because it's kind of like an office job just with different timings. Okay, let's
You're
say
talking about AK or AX?
AK.
Yeah, AK.
AX is different.
So
AX
you were with AK.
I was with AK. Yeah. So with AK, basically you fly to a destination and then you come back right away. You don't even step down from the aircraft.
What is the longest flight duration?
I would say 8 to 9 hours, which was it's either China to India. Oh, sorry. I mean like one way or like return. One way is like 4 or 5 hours.
Okay.
Like
Well,
that's
not
the
even
max.
Australia.
Yeah, no. It's just max. I would say max is India or China, somewhere there.
Okay. In terms of the pay for AK and AX, is there a difference?
Of course.
Of
AX
course,
is
right?
way more because they have layovers.
You're
and-
paid on your flight time as well.
Yeah, depending
All-
on your hours.
Like pilots and cabin crew. So you're not, the minute you touch ground, you're not paid anything.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're only paid once you're in the air.
So the more shifts you take, of course, the more money you earn. That's
Yeah.
why you take as much shifts as you can.
Yeah.
And it's not on you; it's on the planning department,
How
rostering
many-
department. Yeah.
How many hours were you given at AK per week?
It's per month. Usually average is like 90 hours, 90 to 100 hours.
So you could have a week where you don't even have any.
Not really. Usually the rostering
Oh,
will
okay.
give you like flights, like They will pre-plan your flights.
But you could have a week where you have like 3-4 days free in a month.
It depends. If you're doing a midnight flight, then yes, they usually give you like a rest off, which is equivalent to like 3 days. Yeah, but that's like the only midnight flight you have in your roster, because the work flow, now I'm not sure, but last time, let's say you work for 3 days and then you get like 1 or 2 days off and then repeat.
Okay. If you don't mind me asking, right, how much is the entry pay for AirAsia?
At the time, I think it was 5,000 ringgit.
Because I know for cabin crew, right, your entry level pay is pretty damn high, man, compared to.
I mean,
Yeah.
compared to other places.
5,000 entry pay is actually not bad, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
very
No, it's
good.
more than a doctor.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Is it?
I think, if I'm not mistaken.
It's more than a lawyer. I know that for sure.
Doctors out there now.
Yeah.
No.
No, bro. My buddies was in a law firm 3 years. You know how the hours are, right? You work till 10
Yeah,
every
yeah,
day.
yeah.
That
It's
type of
crazy.
shit.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
3 years he was getting 3.6 like that.
Yeah, it's about 3
3
something,
years,
right?
man. 3 solid years.
It's insane, right? It's insane.
It's insane, lah.
Like
Yeah.
sometimes the entry salary levels in Malaysia are just like shocking, aren't they? They're so
Dude,
bad.
that's why if you're a lawyer, right, of course everyone has their eyes set on opening their own law firm.
Yeah.
Because that's where the big money comes in, lah.
Yeah.
So tell me, bro, you went to Singapore Airlines after 3 years.
Yeah. Well, basically, it was because I didn't really felt like I was living the cabin crew life, because you know the cabin crew life is just traveling all around the world, right?
And also you get to stay there at least 1 day, 1.5 days.
Yeah, which
you
I
know.
wasn't doing, so I felt like I was just in a loop.
Yeah, and
not
3 years
going
is a long
anywhere.
time.
Yeah. I
It
wasn't
is,
going
right?
anywhere. So I just decided to apply for Singapore Airlines. Yeah. Well, at the time, it was easy because they were doing a mass hiring. Like every month, they were doing a hiring in Malaysia because they were expanding. They were buying a lot of aircrafts.
So let's say, for example, you're getting 5K at AirAsia. Does that mean you get 5K
No,
SGD?
I got like 6K in
Woo!
SGD.
Yeah, that's mad. Then
Yeah, but you live there lah. You live in Singapore.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You
And the
live
rental
there.
there is
High, right?
High,
Very
quite
high.
high,
Yeah.
But of
So-
course, your savings also you bring back to MYR lah.
yeah lah.
And
of
you
course,
probably
lah.
actually wouldn't have been able to get the job right without the experience at AirAsia. No way would they have hired you, right?
True. But at the time, because if I'm not wrong, previously Singapore Airlines they just did like once per 3 months
Well, hiring.
in Malaysia.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So I was lucky enough to be there when they were doing like mass hiring. So maybe they weren't too lenient on the requirements.
Mhm.
You
So
know?
Singapore Airlines, in the recent years, I don't know whether just recent years, but they're number 2 right now.
Yeah.
Right? Back then, was it like
Number
that as
one.
well? Number
No,
1.
they were number one for quite
Number
a
one,
while.
like in terms of what? In terms of what?
The airline, best airline.
Like rated.
yeah.
Who's number one then?
Qatar right now is
Oh,
Qatar.
no, Qatar.
Qatar.
Yeah.
Right.
Singapore is second, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Yeah, Emirates is always up there. Third. Yeah, you know Malaysia was as well.
What?
Oh really?
Malaysia. Oh, you didn't
Was
know that?
what?
Was like number one.
high.
7 times.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not
Really?
sure if it's in a row, but 7 times at least.
When?
Oh. I
When?
didn't know that.
I don't know, early 2000s. Something like that.
Really?
Yeah, you can go Google it.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
so people always talking about how MAS really took a big hit.
Ooh.
Yeah, a big hit because now they're about 30 plus and they've been 30. The rankings are 30 plus for
Really?
yeah
30
quite a
plus?
while now. Yeah,
Yeah.
they
They're
were
actually
number
nicer, Malaysia Airlines. Every time I've flown
Yeah.
them, it's like quite nice.
I'll tell you what happened. The last time I sat MAS, right, I was in business class, right? Of
course.
Yeah, man, that
Yeah.
was that's an important part of the story.
Okay.
Okay, if not, I wouldn't. Actually, I should have told that part at the end, lah. But anyways, yes, I was flying with my parents, right? We went to China. So at that we landed in KIA. I dropped my AirPods, the case, right? I dropped it at the side. So next to so your handrest on the right side. Below the handrest, there's like a little cabinet for you to put stuff. You can just put things there. There's some compartment. I dropped my AirPods casing down there, and then down there's a board below the cabinet. It fell down as well, so it got into a very very hard place for you to grab
Reach
it.
it, yeah.
Yeah. So everyone left the airplane, right? I told the steward. They called some technical team to come inside. They spent 45 minutes to help me retrieve my AirPods case.
Really?
Yeah, 45 minutes. And you know, people all want to chow and go back home, right? The stewardess, they all stood there and just waited.
Yeah, they have to.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they have to, and you know, of
But
course.
they're probably thinking like, this guy losing his AirPods.
Motherfucker.
God damn, look after your stuff, bro.
Oh, ini nasi lemak, man.
But of course, you know, you could never tell because the one thing you have to do is be presentable all the time, right? They were smiling the whole
You found
time.
it or not?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
The whole time, like, don't worry. Then my mom is like talking to them, and they're just like, like that, you know, just laughing. I don't know what they're talking
Yeah,
about.
that was it. They talk to you. You found it? You haven't? It's okay. We'll wait. Yeah, bodo like up.
There's one lady, she's probably in her 50s, right? So she's probably been doing it for 30 years. Yeah, but she still managed to keep a straight face and super presentable. Yeah, but they spent 45 minutes and I thought I lost my case already. Managed to retrieve it and give it to me back. Yeah, so that was a good service. I remember I was telling my buddy this story. Then after that, my buddy asked, "You're flying economy right now?" Oh, no wonder. If it was economy, maybe they...
Oh.
Sorry. Hilang dah.
Yeah, they're like...
tak jumpa lah, bang.
yeah, bro.
Yeah, you just look once.
Dude, tell me about so Singapore Airlines, how's that?
Oh, it was fantastic. And I was the only reason I stopped because I was retrenched during COVID. If not, I would just
You have continued.
yeah.
But also, you only started content after that.
Yeah. It was just because again COVID. I had time on my hand, so we just did content.
So you probably was with Singapore Airlines for 4 or 5 years.
No. It's just 2 years. Like
2 years.
exactly 2 years.
Shit, man, COVID was a while ago already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was 2018, right? 2019.
COVID.
Kind of. Yeah.
2020.
It finished at 2020.
No, it finished 2022. It was like
Oh, really?
Yeah, we didn't stop
Yeah.
wearing masks here to 2022.
Yeah.
Dang.
So I had a buddy, right? He came on the really early episodes of the podcast. He was in, I forgot which airlines. I think I'm not sure, Air Asia or what. But he was in cabin crew for 6-7 years. Everything okay? Is he charging now? Yeah. So I was saying, my buddy came on the podcast in the earlier episodes, right? And he was being very honest and transparent, right?
Mhm.
He told me that the lifestyle of cabin crew, he was a single guy in his early 20s. He said it's so easy to pick up chicks in
I guess
the
it
cabin
depends
crew.
on who you are, how confident
who
you
you are. And he was telling me about how the lifestyle is. You go to, let's say you fly to Paris, right? You fly to Paris, and on your flight, right, most of the time there's going to be more girls than guys, right? Because that's just
Like
how it is.
The passengers or
Cabin crew.
Ah, okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
of course. It's either 2 girls, 2 guys, or 3 girls, 1 guy,
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that. Yeah, and he says like they go to let's say they stay in Paris, right? They reach there, it's in the morning, then they've got the whole day to kill, and then their flight is probably the next day at night. So what do? They just go and party at night. They probably drink with their cabin crew friends like that. Yeah. And he explained that was the life he was living for a couple of years, and he says he's witnessed so many people who have partners and they would cheat as well. And it's just that, that's just the life that he was exposed to over there.
I didn't really experience any of that, but I think it's because how I am.
Yeah, understand.
Because some people, they like to party, they like to drink, but for me, when it's layover, all I do is I go eat out, I come back, watch Netflix on my iPad.
Really?
Yeah, really. I'm that type of guy because I've always been an indoor guy since forever.
Introvert.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't want to go out. I would go out if I knew that there's a place that I want to go, like museums, or if I want to go. But if they ask me like, "Yeah, Arieff, jom lah," you know, there were so many times like they
Go
would
party,
like
they'll
ask
ask
me
you.
to their room, like, "Come lah, we go drink, you know, go to the bar here and there, here and there." The only time I went out with the group of crew, was to go shisha in London. Which I found out that this place I don't know if it's all the way like all London, okay? Which I found out that you have to wear proper, like, to go into a shisha bar or something.
It's not like the
Because I was
mama-
wearing like sweatpants and shoes and like a shirt, and then this one you can't enter, mate. You have to wear jeans and stuff like that. And I didn't know that. You know?
Yeah, you thought it's like a
And I
mama.
said, but sorry, I first time. And then luckily for me, he let me in. So yeah.
Which country have you flown to like the most often? Most common?
When I was a crew,
Yeah, when you
I'd
cabin crew.
say. I don't know, man. It's
one of the-
pretty well balanced. It's pretty well balanced.
You did
but-
like long haul, right?
yeah,
mostly?
long haul. But I've only been to the US twice in the span of 2 years. So I would say London is the most place
Yeah.
I've been.
Wait. You don't need a visa, right, at all?
I do.
Oh,
Yeah.
even if you're...
I think it's a B2 visa or something.
No, but it's much easier for you to get
Of
because
course.
of
Because of work.
Yeah,
You're
it's-
applying through a company,
your... Yeah,
not
it's
personal.
super simple.
It's a working visa, so
Yeah.
it's okay.
Okay. Yeah, so... Yeah, my buddy was telling me because they go to Paris so often, right? Until they just stay in the hotel also the whole time.
Yeah,
Because they've seen it so many times.
Yeah, you have nothing to
Yeah.
do.
This is why, like, you hear, like, you know how pilots, when they have so many years' experience, they're paid so much, not just because of their experience, but a lot of pilots get to an age where they don't want to do it anymore. They don't want to live that lifestyle of constantly being away from their
Yeah,
family,
yeah.
and they have to travel really far. Like, because once you're old and you have so many commitments back home, you want to be there, right?
Yeah, exactly.
When you're young, you're in your 20s or even your like late teens, right? Doing that is awesome, right? Imagine you go to Paris for a day or something. It's so cool, right? But get old, you probably don't want to do that.
Also, I think also they know very well that in this line of work, right? Like I'm talking about the management or the HR people, right? In let's say Singapore Airlines, they know that people are only gonna be there for maybe an average. What's the average? Would you say a career for a cabin crew? 7, 8 years,
Singapore Airlines?
or in general?
Oh, in general.
Yeah,
It varies,
7, 8
right?
years, right?
It varies. Yeah.
Actually, in
it
the
depends on the
West-
company.
In the West, you get a lot of like much older flight attendants.
Yes.
I mean, I'm just saying from people that I know, right? Before their 30s, they stopped. Yeah, because they feel like it's some say, I've heard some opinions that say that the lifestyle is too comfortable. You get good pay. It's very comfortable. Of course, you're not back home a lot of the times, but you know you're always traveling. That's
Yeah.
always fun. The pay is nothing to complain about. Yeah, but they just feel like they want to move on to something different. That's what I've heard.
So how it works usually, right? Because in airline business we have low cost and full service. So AirAsia is low cost. Malaysia Airlines, example, is a full service airline. Okay, and what these older people do is because they don't want to be away from their family so much, they will come from, let's say they work in Malaysia Airlines for so long, maybe 30 years, and they're now like 40 or 45 or something. They want to be close to their families, so they go to AirAsia, the AK one, so that they can go back to their home every day. So that's how they usually do it.
Okay, I see. Yeah, you can at least probably half the days in a week you can spend time with your family.
Yeah, and you get more like off days, I would say. So it's a win-win for them. Yeah.
Yeah, but like you mentioned, like 90 hours in a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many days a week is that flying?
I think it's just 4 days. 4 days. Sometimes it's 3, depending on the flights. If you're doing short flights, it will go up to 4 days.
Oh, dude, but the jet lag that will get to you, right?
No, you don't get jet lag, bro. You come back right away. You don't
Yeah,
go.
you come back
Sorry,
the
I'm
next
sorry.
day, right?
I mean with
Singapore Airlines, yes, probably, but I don't. I have never had an issue with jet lag. So
Because even then, like, you just stay one night, right? And then
yeah,
you're back.
it's
so
not like
your-
you staying there for like 2 months.
So
or
your body doesn't
2
have
weeks
time to change to
adapt.
the time
exactly,
zone. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So yeah, it's okay.
It's funny though, right? How we both were in like aviation, and then ended up in content from when they're like
oh yeah, you
worlds,
did engineering, right?
but they're like worlds apart, aren't they?
yeah.
aerospace engineering, right?
Yeah, but aviation, any part of aviation is so like rule books and regulation. You don't deviate. It's always like this. And you go to content, and it's like total freedom of creativity, right? It's like polar opposites to each
Yeah,
other.
let's talk about content, man. I also got a few questions about that. But before that, right, dude, do you all know what's going on like in the aviation news space?
We have a lot of crash, right?
Yeah, crashes. Not only Malaysia Airlines. There's been a lot in recent years, right? Do you all know what's going on with all that shit, though?
I have no idea, man.
No,
Well, there's
there's some
there's
conspiracies,
always some
man.
conspiracies, right? Like
Yeah.
the Jeju Airlines thing the other day. Did you see that?
Yeah, Washington.
Where like people were like, well, the aircraft
brick
came
wall,
down, had an issue with the hydraulics. The wheels couldn't come out the bottom, so it slid along the tarmac, hit the wall. And the first question was like, why is there a concrete wall at the end of the runway? Why would you put that there?
Yeah.
Like, what's the reason for it? Because anything hits that, it's going to get disintegrated.
So what is the reasoning behind it? The conspiracy reasoning behind that you heard?
Sometimes I think because there's always this thing about Boeing and Airbus, right? They're the two main manufacturers of
Companies, yeah.
aircraft.
Boeing, yeah. Boeing's getting a lot of
And
heat,
Boeing
man.
gets so much hate because like most of the crashes at the moment are with Boeing aircraft, right?
I think because it's just old. Is it an old aircraft?
Not really,
no,
no.
bro, you-
Not often. Sometimes they are, but they're like well maintained, right? And it's You don't know really. I don't know if there's some conspiracy behind it.
The supplier to Boeing is called Aero Spirits, if I'm not mistaken. Aero Spirits.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a company. They supply all the things. There was a couple of whistleblowers that came out. They mentioned that when they did the precautionary check, right, for all these the Boeing aircrafts, right, something like 95% of them did not what do you call that, was not up to par with the standards, the safety requirements, all, but they were trying to chase the profits, so they were just sending out all these aircrafts from Aerospirits, right? Yeah, and he went on a few podcasts and explained all of this. He's not the only one that this happened to, but he died a few weeks later, and another person came as well, and he died again of some really what do you call it? It was a very skeptical death.
Oh.
You know? Yeah, this type of shit, man. So
Yeah.
that's the shit that's been going on in the aviation news space that I haven't really looked much into.
Just the other day, there was another one, right? When aircraft was about to land
In America or something.
I've forgotten where it was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I've come-
helicopter.
And the helicopter came across. Like, the Black Hawk helicopter flew in front of it and it crashed into it.
Oh, I saw.
And it was so low, right, as well. And people were like, why is there a helicopter flying across a runway landing like this? And two, how did the helicopter not see the aircraft? It's I
Okay,
don't know,
like
man.
I mean, it could just be one of those things where, let's say you don't want the public to be focusing their attention on, let's say for example,
Right, yeah.
Trump's new policies or whatever,
Could be.
right? And then they just send
like a diversion.
a couple of aircrafts to crash into each other, which doesn't make sense on purpose, so that we're talking about it and people are less angry.
How hard it is to be like is it a document?
what they
It's a
call
documentary, is it?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
journalist or
Yeah.
something, right?
Yeah.
Or the camera guy
Ah,
to
okay,
shoot those kind of content.
Uh,
So compared to like Antarctica or in the jungle, I would say
Uh-huh.
in the jungle would be much more harder.
then Antarctica,
Yeah,
of course.
yeah. Because let's say they're filming gorillas.
Mm.
You know, how far or how close do you need to be in proximity in between the gorillas to make sure that you're safe?
Mm.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like Antarctica is just penguins or
Not-
maybe polar bears or seals.
You can be further away. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Have you watched that series called Chimp Empire?
Chimp Empire.
Chimp
Chimp
Empire.
Empire.
So
Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, is it like a Planet of the Apes type thing,
it's a
or-
documentary.
Ah.
Okay, so what it is, they document for I think a few years, but of course it's just a couple of episodes. The series, they show how these chimpanzees, they are called bonobo chimpanzees, if I remember.
Okay.
They live in this area there, and something really interesting about this particular group, right, is cannibalism is part of their culture. They eat other
Oh.
monkeys.
Really?
Yeah, other
In their like own tribe.
Yeah.
Like, is
No,
it
no,
called
no,
tribe? I don't
no,
know.
Oh, there's
Of
no
course
trap
not.
lah for monkeys. Is there a
What do you
trap?
call it? Gang. We're in the wrong jungle. You know, if people are like listening to this rather than watching, they're going to be like, why is there a chimpanzee in the studio with them?
Do that chimpanzee thing again.
Gang.
Gang signs for the chimpanzee.
Yeah, you were saying like imagine how hard it is to be around them. So those dudes, right, they were filming that series Chimp Empire for 3 years, if I'm not mistaken,
Whoa.
right? And they say that after the first couple of weeks, right, the chimpanzees, they're not that far away, maybe about 30-40 meters away, right? The camera dude is. The chimpanzees sort of just look at you as like a tree, a plant. You know, you
Really?
don't. Yeah, they don't really care even if you move. You know, the number one rule about filming during their set is do not bring food there. That's the most important.
Oh, they
Yeah.
smell it
Okay.
first of all, right? And then they
They have a reason to go after you. Yeah, or
Oh.
interact
Just
with
food.
you.
Just food.
Yeah.
Water or coffee is fine.
Water is fine. Coffee probably not.
Or anything that has smell.
Yeah.
I guess.
See the
Probably.
monkeys are like Batu Caves.
Yeah.
Like, the amount of time they say,
Nah,
do
man.
not bring food, and people bring food.
Monkeys
and
in
then
Batu Cave different, bro. It's like
Bro,
Yeah.
monkeys in this temple in Bali, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
the thing is called like the Monkey Temple, right? The one that it's like a tourist attraction.
It is, of
Yeah,
course.
It's like in a
Yeah.
forest, and then they help you take photos like with the selfie kind of. Is it like that one?
You mean the monkeys?
No, yeah. I mean, like the people there, they help
Oh.
you like to take photos as if the monkeys were taking the selfie. Is it that one?
No, I'm not sure about that. But what's interesting about that is about that place there is the monkeys have been there for generations. So they're used to all the tourists coming, right?
Yeah.
Ah.
They sort of leveled up their negotiating game, right? So the tourists, they take the tourist iPhone, right? And the tourists, like, they probably know because they heard from other tourists there, they offer them a banana to get the phone back. And then the monkey's like, nah, I want something more.
Really?
Yeah, so they
Really?
buy them a chocolate bar or something better than a banana. Yeah.
Wow.
Damn, very
Yeah.
atas, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Very atas, bro. Because they...
Mont Kiara monkey.
It's like the monkey. I was gonna say
It's like the what?
Mont Kiara, the monkeys from.
Got Mont Kiara monkeys,
Very atas, very atas.
I know, but I never seen.
No, of course not.
What are the characteristics of the more atas monkeys in Mont Kiara?
You know, Babe?
They can't speak Malay. They speak English.
Babe, yeah.
What's it? Oh, Babe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
brand. I kind
Yeah.
of like that, lah.
They wear that, is it?
Yeah, with the glasses.
They're probably overfed as well.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's where the inspiration of Babe came from. Like this guy came to, hey, not bad. There's a monkey's Babe.
Yeah, they're all stylish and shit lah. Yeah, I just saw a stray cat down the road. He was pretty fat lah, and obviously I would assume it's because I don't know, maybe it's in Taman Tun area. That's why the
Well fed.
yes, well fed as
There's
well.
so many
yeah.
restaurants here.
Yeah.
Anything you want.
Yeah, and often people leave like little bowls outside the restaurant, right, with some food in it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you all do that? Do you all feed the
I do.
strays?
I have like a cat food in my car.
But that's for your cat.
No, for like stray. I don't have a cat anymore. So
Okay.
that's what the reason I bought like cat food and
Okay.
put it in my car.
Yeah.
Just in case I see any stray cats.
But when the cat food is
really?
done,
I'll probably buy more.
then you're done. Oh,
Yeah.
What kind? Like the wet food?
Yeah, the wet food.
Oh, really? Wow,
Yeah.
you
But
really
but
treated
the wet
these cats.
the wet food I feel like it's not how do you say? It's really hard for me because after I put it on the ground, I have to like find a place to throw away the packet.
Oh yeah, the can.
So
right?
I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
after
yeah.
this, once the packet's finished, I'm gonna buy the dry one. You know.
I mean, it's not that much of a hassle.
The cats
Yeah, but-
love the wet food, don't they?
Maybe
Yeah, they love it. They love it.
They
yeah.
love
Crazy.
it. I mean, it's a small price to pay for something that you love, right? You know, something that you care about.
Oh, I'll just be like Malaysian, just throw it on the street.
Yeah. Hey,
I don't do that, by the way.
No, bro. You don't?
No.
Oh yeah, same here, lah. I mean, I used to, but not anymore, lah. Yeah. Dude,
Okay.
I went to China last year, right? Sorry.
So your grandparents.
No. And that's not supposed to be offensive, but I know you were trying to be. My grandparents are from Fuchao, by the way.
Okay.
Great grandparents.
Got it
Great
right.
grandparents,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, no. Yeah, I went to China, bro. Sorry, not China, Shanghai. Okay, but China as well. Have you guys been to China recently?
No, on the bucket list.
Recently, no.
No, 10, 20 years ago?
5 years ago?
5 years
6
ago.
years ago?
Yeah, I went to
Yeah.
China.
Oh, you flew, right?
Yeah.
I went to China 20 years ago, right, when I was really young. When I was really young, 5, 6 years old. The one thing that I remembered about China is beggars were everywhere.
Is
Bro,
it?
Really?
Bro, everywhere.
Really?
I'm talking
Oh,
about even
I
in
didn't
the...
see
I went to Beijing, right? Beijing was the capital even back then.
Yeah.
Hey, is it the capital?
No,
Who knows?
now it's Shanghai.
What do you mean
Are you
now
serious?
it's Shanghai?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Has
okay.
it changed or something? It's Beijing, right?
Okay, Beijing could be the capital. Yeah, okay, anyways.
is.
There's
Yeah, he knows
Are you-
geography.
It is the capital.
He knows, he
okay,
knows.
you know
Yeah,
geography?
yeah, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, so anyways, the beggars everywhere. They will come. The beggars are little kids because the parents ask them, or maybe you know they work in a gang, you know, where they get all these young kids to go and beg. Yeah, so they'll come to my parents, you know, they just poo.
Really?
Give me money, like that. They say in
Oh.
Chinese. Yeah, really, and they'll act really pitiful. So
Is it? Oh wait. Before I continue, is it like a?
are you gonna make fun of them?
Like a syndicate, or is it like proper like beggars, or is it like some places they have like
Who knows,
syndicates?
man?
This
Oh, you don't know.
This is kind of the problem, though, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
like a lot of the time now,
Who
like
knows?
myself, you won't give money to some people who are beggars because you don't know if they're legit or not.
Yeah.
Because you hear so many like scams where people give money and then they're followed around or threatened or something like this, and you don't want to be like victim of that.
Yeah.
right? But then you don't want to be horrible. You want to help these people out as well.
And some of them refuse food.
yeah, they
Like
want money,
sometimes
right?
when you say like, oh, you nak makan, and then when you ask for like, what nak makan apa? Tak nak,
Nak
nak
makan
duit,
wang.
nak duit only, nak duit only. I said, okay, buddy.
Which is bad, right? Yeah.
I've never experienced that, but you have?
Yeah, many times.
Yeah.
Especially kids.
Wait,
So you-
kid beggar.
Yeah.
Oh,
in
really?
Malaysia.
Yeah.
So usually like when when you're in a restaurant,
Yeah,
they
no,
just
no.
randomly come, right?
Yeah.
And then when you say like and it's not like they sell anything, it's just like a kid with worn out clothes and then just like begging for money. So I
Yeah.
when I said like, you nak makan ke? And then you say tak nak duit. So okay. So
Okay.
That's often why they go around. They'll like sell quote unquote like tissue or something,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So they get the money, I guess.
It's
instead of
just
the food,
something to exchange with
that
the,
is okay.
the donation.
That is at least selling.
Yeah. I think either ways, whether you got something or not, if you are literally damn poor and your circumstances suck and you've been dealt a really shitty roll of the dice, it's okay to beg. But obviously there's also a lot of that scams.
Yeah, I feel
that
like it has a bad reputation, especially nowadays.
Yeah,
There's
bro.
a lot of syndicates and stuff.
Yeah, so I was saying 20 years ago that was China.
Yeah.
Fast forward 20 years now, right? Bro, I went there for 9 days. I didn't see a single beggar. Not
Oh
even
yeah, that's
one.
what I said.
Really?
Yeah, we went to a couple of different areas. Actually, I went mostly to Xinjiang. Xinjiang is the western side of China, where a huge population there is the Uyghur Muslims. You guys familiar
Oh,
with that?
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a real issue there right now, though, right?
So that's the shit that America is pushing, right? The Uyghur genocide,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's what they're pushing. Okay, I can only judge it based on my observation. I was there for 9 days, right? What I know is what I saw over there, compared to the narrative that's been pushed from
America.
American news media, whatever, is totally not what it seems. I mean, bro, if you want to talk about genocide, right? What the fuck are they doing in the Middle East?
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what you call a genocide. Over there, okay, so they're saying that there's concentration camps. I don't doubt that, because there might be also Muslim extremists, right? So of course, Muslim extremists, you have to take proper action. Is their religious activities or practices being suppressed? It didn't seem that way to me. There were mosques there.
Then do you think like you'd actually be able to see it if it was? I doubt you'd be able to see it, right?
See what?
It's not like as in what America says. It's
the
not like you can just
concentration
walk down the
camps.
street and find it, right?
Nothing.
Like it'll
bro.
be next to Uniqlo or something. It'll be hidden away somewhere, wouldn't it? You
Of
can't
course,
see it.
but also it's like, I watched a documentary on YouTube, right? Okay, so when you watch these documentaries, every documentary have their agenda. So this one was an obvious Western propaganda one, right? They were talking about how if you were a Uyghur person, right, Uyghur Muslim, if you knew someone from international, like overseas, if you receive an international call, you get arrested. If you wear your hijab, you get arrested.
Really?
That's bullshit.
That's not true.
It's not true. There are people there wearing hijabs. It's not common, but you wear it if you want. They don't wear commonly for them, the men, right? They wear, I don't even know what it's called, man, but it's like a cap, like
Okay.
a songkok, but their version.
Right.
Yeah, something like that. But that's the shit that they were saying in the
The
documentary. I was, and of course they'll use the really like thrilling and suspenseful music in the background, making it seem like like this dude. You can see the same shit about same documentaries talking that way about Malaysia as well.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Right, yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't know. I went there. Everyone looked happy. The poverty rate has been cleansed up. Has dropped way a lot since in the last 20 years. So I don't know. I don't really know what
So you think it's just like false propaganda that's being pushed by America?
It's quite big, because I mean, even all the big podcasters, right? They also have that narrative. But the truth is, right, none of them have been there. They haven't been there. Yeah.
So I guess you have to see it for yourself.
You have to, bro.
To like
What
find
do
out
you
the
think
truth.
about China? So I'm assuming you went to the eastern side. Which place did you go to?
I went to Shanghai and Beijing.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I mean, if you talk about their infrastructure, everything, it's all really advanced, right?
Yeah, from what I heard, it looks crazy. Never been, but
So it was sort of that way in Xinjiang as well. Xinjiang is an area where I think 55% Uyghur Muslims. The other 45% is just Chinese. Chinese, they call them Han Chinese. Han Chinese. It's just a group of Chinese people.
Han from Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, from Tokyo Drift. Yeah.
How did you make that link? Oh, the guy in the RX-7. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We wrap.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. All right, guys. This is it for today's episode. We had Arieff Yong on the podcast. Ryan Howlett on the podcast. Second time on the podcast. Yeah. If you guys enjoyed this episode, do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment. Like. Share your thoughts. What you thought about this episode. Suggestions. Who you want to see in future podcast episodes. Do you guys want to see Ryan and Arieff back on the podcast? And we will see you in the next episode. Give it up for Ryan and Arieff.
To my homies, I'm missing my oldies, my brothers, my cronies. We all went to court, but before only courts that we knew were the ones where we were shooting three, selling Kobe. To a legend, rest in peace to the old me, rest in peace to my brothers, rest in peace to my whole team. The oldest, I'm missing my shawty.